Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to all of you for today's session. Students, just let me know whether you people can hear me well. You can open your mic, talk to me. Preferably, I prefer that if you respond in the audio. But yes, you can respond in the chat box here as well. Yes, just let me know whether you can hear me. Tell me, please. Some people are facing issues actually in the audio. Just a minute. Let them. Yeah, good. All right. So those who are facing problem for them, here is the solution. Here is the solution. Yes. And now, please, yeah. If still there is a problem, you people, please tell me. I hope the problem of everyone is resolved. Can everyone hear me? Those who have not responded, please. I need response from you in the chat box. I hope you people can hear me. Yeah. Now, here is the solution if there is a problem. Now, so students, uh, thank you for joining for audit and assurance session with me, online session. I am Hamza Siddiq and I have been teaching this subject last more than 12 years now. And students, audit and assurance, the subject, we will be talking about it shortly, the subject. I just want your introduction as well, a bit of the introduction. I'll be happy if you introduce me yourself, you introduce yourself to me. For example, your name and where are you working, you're working or not. And if yes, the name of the organization. Please, I will love to hear from you people. So we will start from one side. Hitisha, yes, please. Yes, please. Open your mic only. Open your mic only. And then, yes. Yes, please. Yes, Hitisha. Yeah. You don't have mic? No worries. No worries. Okay. Yes, the next is the next, please. In the same, the name starting with I, actually. Yes, please. The mic is very good thing for the two-way communication in the class. It will increase the interactivity, means that if I just want you to want to know you people, the students who is from audit, who is not. Yes, yes, please. The name starting with I, Ishwaran. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm, yes. I think people are feeling shy right now. Okay, no worries at all. Anyone who voluntarily wants to introduce oneself. Yes, anyone out of you people.
Hi everyone, my name is Nabiha. I have been with Hamza Academy for quite a long time now, and I'm a semi-senior at Video Solutions.
Okay,
And this is
all
my
right.
first attempt at audit assurance.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nabiha. Yes, please. Yes. It is quite easy to introduce oneself. Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Pratna Noyan. I'm currently working at Nexia Bacon and Aronson as a semi-senior, and this is my first attempt at audit and assurance. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pratna. Yes. Yes, please. More people, please.
Hello, so my name is Shivani. I
Yes,
am
Shivani.
currently working as an internal auditor at Mobank, and this is my first attempt to advanced auditing.
No, this is auditing, not advanced auditing. Okay. This is
Yeah.
auditing. Okay. Right. Good. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you. Anyone else, please? Yes. I appreciate.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Kuga Priya from Mauritius. I work from BDO Solution. I'm in the International Accounting Department, and it's my second attempt at audit and assurance.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Now, all right. So, students, I hope we have got some idea that there is a mix of the people who are here in the class. I mean, a blend. They're from some management companies, they're from the businesses, they're from the even we can say the audit firms as well. Now, so students, audit and assurance is excuse me, very interesting subject. Yes, you heard right. It is very interesting subject, but it has some conditions to be interesting. Yes. So what are those conditions? Of course, I will be introducing the subject to you just in few minutes. Yes. Just 1 minute, please. I'm just trying to connect my iPad with it. Just 1 minute, please. All right, students. The point is audit and assurance subject. Okay. Audit and assurance subject, that is, here is the words from examiner. What does your examiner say about the subject? What does the examiner say? That the purpose of the subject is to test candidates' understanding of auditing process. Understanding of auditing process means that as a student, you should learn that what the audit process is. You should have conceptual knowledge of the same. You should have the conceptual knowledge of the same. And afterwards, not only that, rather what you should have, you must be able to apply that knowledge. So if I say what we are learning from here, you can type these things. The first of all, these are the words from examiner. Examiner study resources, which we call. The first thing is you should have conceptual knowledge. Of audit process, what audit actually is, the knowledge of that. Second thing, the application of knowledge. To scenarios, real life scenarios, because it is just like that, you know, when a person becomes, I give example normally of the medical profession. A person who studies medicine, anatomy, surgery, and different subjects, he studies the subject conceptual knowledge, and when he must be, or he or she must be able to apply that knowledge to individual scenario of each patient, because each patient is different. So application of knowledge to scenarios. One company is different from the other. So audit of one company is different from the other as well. So knowledge is what you learned from the books. Then, of course, company to company, you have to apply application. And now come to the, yes, again, practical audit situation. You see, knowledge is not sufficient to pass the exam. And next, if I say, the next point is, which I'm going to write, must be able to demonstrate that correct application of knowledge in exam paper. Now, what does it mean? Demonstrate. What is the meaning of this demonstration of knowledge? It has one meaning, and the meaning is that answer drafting as per examiner guidance and expectations in exam. And it is another skill which you have to develop. So conceptual knowledge, application of knowledge to scenarios, and the third step is demonstration. Remember one thing. The students who prepare these two things, these are the basic step by step, you know, that steps of the stairs and the ladder, steps of the ladder to success. This is the first step. Okay, knowledge, Then application of knowledge, you must be able to apply and then demonstrate. Students, the students who just prepare the first two things, still they don't pass the paper. They only pass, they only get marks around 45, 46, 47. Your examiner says, not this is whatever I'm saying about exam, these are extracted from examiner approach. That is based on my previous experience regarding the student. And the third step is demonstration. When we say demonstration. Now, students, the point is then how to prepare for the same. A big question. How to prepare? Students, in order to prepare for the same, what we have to do is, we need to, of course, what I will provide. What we will be doing here in the class. First of all, of course, the lectures. And what I require from you is, that is regular attendance. That is mandatory for each student in live class. Exceptions can be there. Some student has got some urgency, some issue, so that students may not be able to attend the class, for example. Urgency, but that should be real urgency, okay, emergency. Otherwise, you should not miss the class, live class. Because when you miss the live class, you act, it is habitual. It becomes habitual at the part of students that, okay, I will prepare, no worries, later on. And procrastination ultimately hits students very hard. This procrastination. Now, so students, the second thing is, we will be conducting tests or assignments which will be having some marks. I'll be marking myself. Initially, I have planned 4 tests during the session and minimum 1 mock. It may be, I am thinking that I will be trying to prepare 2 mocks, minimum 1 mock. And of course, 4 tests, you know that 4 tests will be there. 4. It means you have to prepare everything regularly. You have to prepare everything regularly so that you can attempt the test timely. So that you can, because if you are not doing that, you will not be able to attempt. And I'm telling you in advance, this is a new session for us, and we are making things a bit more exam success focused. What are those things are? What those things are? Those things are like that. We will be marking tests and we will be announcing the results so that everyone can see who has attempted the test and who has not, who have missed the test, who have failed the test. I'm sorry, we are forced to make it happen so everyone prepare. And we don't want to ruin our academy's results. Okay, and I want all of you to be successful. So this is what we are planning to achieve all that. The result is every student should pass the exam. This is the target. Every student should pass the exam. Now, and students, what are the resources we will be using? Resources we will be using. Students, you are seeing the notes which are here, which I have shared on my screen a few minutes ago, in which examiner guided this resource notes. We will provide you complete notes. We will be solving exam kits with you people in the class. And of course, normally what I say, there is no additional resource required, no book required, but still we will be providing you some study text as well. Okay, which if you want to read, and all will be the soft copies. Okay, this is how we will be moving through and preparing for the exam. And my target is that whenever at the end of this session, our regular classes will end by first week of November. And my target is that when this session is ended, every one of you is well prepared for exam. It should not be like that now the session is complete and I should start preparing for exam. No, that 1 month should be the revision month, enhancement for the preparation. This is my target. Now, students, up till now, remember I told you communication should be two-way. Okay, it should not be one-way lecture. It will become boring for everyone. Now, any question from your side, you can open your mic. I appreciate and talk to me. Ask the question. Or if there is no question, say no question. Everything is clear. Yes, please.
All good for me.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Your voice got distorted, dear student, actually. Yes. Okay. It's okay to everyone so far. Anyone, any question? You can type as well if there is any, you shy. Okay, good. No question. Okay, all right. All right. Now, so the question is, why students fail in a FATE? Remember, root learning is not enough. You should be the same thing, conceptual clarity. And they don't practice well. And of course, I will talk about it when I will move to this practice area. And of course, these things I will be discussing. Your paper is like that. Exam format. Section A, 30 marks, objective test, 3 case studies of 5 objective test question each, and 70 marks, 130 mark question, 220 mark question. Okay, on these 3 sections. Now, so students, what is your syllabus? When we talk about syllabus of AA, we basically divide it into 2 parts. The one is audit process and other areas. What audit process is? Student, audit process is, it starts from acceptance of audit, one thing, then audit planning, then is controls and test of controls. The next is substantive tests. What they are, they're full section of the syllabus. So don't worry, I'm just naming that. Then is review. And then is audit reports. This is the audit process, audit cycle, which is repeated everywhere. Cycle. Why is it called cycle? Because it is repeated everywhere. The same audit is performed. And this audit process is around 75 to 80 marks of your exam weightage. Yes, around 75 to 80 marks. This is normal. Other areas. In the other areas, the concept of assurance. What is assurance? We will talk about this topic today. Then is regulatory environment for audit. What falls in the regulatory environment? Yes. Then is codes of ethics, which you have studied in F1 as well, BT. But we will study again here, but in more detail. Then is internal audit and corporate governance. Then audit of non-profit organization. Hear it. These are smaller sections. Okay, although numbers are quite same as that of, but they are smaller topics. And it forms in your exam 20 to 25 marks. This your syllabuses. Students, remember, section B, I told you, section B of the syllabus is, that is scenario based. We talked about that. Scenario based, 70 marks. Remember, there are the three topics: audit planning, around 20 to 25 marks, maybe 18. You can say, okay, 16 to 25 marks. Scenario based question is must. Around 20 to 25 marks, it is must, scenario based. And around 20 to 30 marks, scenario based. Section B. It is must to be tested in every paper, every exam paper. Now, let us proceed further. This is the introduction of the paper. Now, we will move towards the topic. We will be starting the section, the concept of assurance engagement. If there is any question, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll proceed. Is it clear so far? Yes or no in the chat box. Is it clear? Yes or no in the chat box, please. Everyone must have to type. Good. Let us proceed further. Let us proceed further. Students, the question is, my question from you is, what do you think what audit is, or what does auditor do? You think about it. I will give you its answer when I'll be discussing. Just visualize, what do you know about it? And then I'll proceed towards explanation of the same. Students, you people have heard the concept of agency relationship. Agency relationship. What is agency relationship? Agency relationship is where one party acts on the behalf of another party. For example, I ask one of you that can you buy a property? For example, I ask Hitisha, Hitisha, can you please buy a property in Ebane, Mauritius, a commercial space on my behalf for me? So Hitisha, if she acts on my behalf, she buys the property. So the relationship between me and Hitisha will be agency relationship. So the person who is acting, that is called agent. Hitisha will be agent. And Hitisha will be acting on my behalf. I will be the principal. So this is called agency relationship, where agent deals, you know, Hitisha goes there. Hitisha, I'm sorry, Hitisha, I'm using your name. Yeah. Hitisha goes and makes contract with the, for example, there is a building decor in Ebane, decor management of them. She talks to them, makes an agreement, signs that agreement on my behalf with the core management. So Hitisha is there representing me, not on her own she is making any contract. No. So my agent is working on my behalf with the third party. So the relationship between me and Hitisha is agency relationship. Okay, now this is called agency relationship. Students, business law concept is that fiduciary duty of agent. What is fiduciary duty? Fiduciary duty of agent. Fiduciary duty means that agent must act in the best interest of its principal. Means Hitisha is dealing with core management. In all the dealing, she should safeguard my interest in the negotiation process. Must act in the best interest of its principal. Agent must disclose all the information. Information to the principal. So whatever dealing they made over there, the Hitisha must have to disclose each and every information to me. They must pass on it to me. Yeah. This is called fiduciary duty. Now, the next point. There is another concept then that is called, now students, listen. If agent does not act in my interest, rather start making money for him or herself, or if agent does not disclose correct information to me, that is called agency problem. Agency problem arises where agent does not act in the best interest of the principal. Where agents start making money for him or herself, start deriving benefits, he keeps or she keeps her own benefits ahead of principal's benefit in that transaction. This is called agency problem. This is called agency problem. Now, so agency problem. Now let us link with the company and audit. Company and audit. In a company, directors of the company, they are managing the company on behalf of shareholders. They are managing the affairs of the company. So shareholders are principal. Directors are agents. So agents are managing company on behalf of shareholders. Now, the point is, yes, so the problem is that directors are having the full assets of the company for the whole year. and they are using that position. Ideally, they should act in the best interest of shareholders. So the point is that the problem, they may not act in the best interest of shareholders and may not disclose the necessary information to shareholders. Now, necessary information to shareholders, how director disclose information? Can you tell me? Anyone out of you can tell me how directors disclose information? Through financial statements. Directors prepare financial statements of company and present to shareholders in annual general meetings. The risk is that they may not disclose the necessary information properly. This is the problem. This problem may arise. So the information which are called, that information is called financial statements of company. That is called financial statement of company. So now, this is the risk. This is a risk. So students and shareholders know that. So there must be someone independent expert, who should assess the financial statements and report prepared by directors and report on the credibility of financial statements to shareholder. Whether financial statements are correct, whether, in other words, whether financial statements are correctly prepared, whether financial statements are reflecting true the actual state of business of company. Means directors are saying the company is doing this much profits. Your company we are managing, your shareholders. So there should be some independent expert who should verify that and report on whether the financial statements are reflecting correctly or not. Whether financial statements have been prepared as per laws and regulations and IFRS, financial reporting standards, or not. So you see here comes the role of audit. This is called expert auditor. Auditor's role. or what the audit is. That due to agency problem, director may not prepare financial statements, may manipulate, may not disclose everything, or may disclose selective good and factor of the company, may distort the facts in the financial statements. So there should be independent who should assess and report. This is very important. And report yes, students, tell me one thing. Is it clear what is the role of auditor? What audit is? That assessment of financial statements, examination of financial statements by experts, and the report by the expert on the accuracy of financial statement. Is it clear? Tell me, please, everyone. All right. All right. So now we have learned one thing. We have learned one thing, that if anyone now asks you in your life that what is the role of the auditor, you may have different ideas before. That the auditor detects fraud, auditor improve controls, for example, and so many other as well. Remember, they are not the roles of auditor. The role of auditor is only one. That is to report on accuracy, credibility. And you may have heard the word that auditor tells, that whether financial auditor tells in his or her reports that whether financial statements give true and fair view of company affairs or not. So it is the same meaning. True, the true is a technical term. True means auditor tells whether information is factual and based on reality of company. Yes, true. Fair. Information in financial statements. So information in financial statement is unbiased. It is as per laws and regulations and reflects commercial substance of transactions. of company. I will explain, don't you worry. This last line, you need to memorize these two definitions. True and what is meant by true and what is meant by fair. This has to be memorized. I repeat, commercial substance. That information in financial statement reflects commercial substance of transaction of the company. What does it mean? Students, sometimes it happens, companies just cook the transaction in the paper and which are not actually happening. Make contracts, legal documentation, they prepare, and there is nothing happening on the ground actually. Commercial substance means that whatever is given in financial statement, that is actually happening over there. Commercial substance. Commercial means the actually happening business. The real. It's not just in the books. Nothing is cooked. Commercial substance. Normally, this is pure accounting term. One is called legal substance. Just to explain this term, I will give another example. Legal substance, and then there is commercial substance. In the paper, I sign an agreement with my brother. I sell this car to you for 5 million. For example. And I transfer the legal title to the brother as well. Legal substance is brother is owner. But the car is in my use forever. Although legally it has been transferred. But who is using the car? Who is getting benefits? Me. So sometimes businesses do like that. That the legally things are not, they are not doing, but commercially they are happening. So financial statement should reflect the commercial aspect. Student, commercial substance is clear? Tell me. The meaning of commercial substance. True and fair. Tell me, is it clear? I'll be asking again and again this question to you. I want actually reassurance from you people, assurance that whether you are able to follow what I'm explaining or not. This is a dose for me. Okay. It is clear to 2 persons only. Should I re-explain commercial substance? Tell me, don't you worry if it is not clear. Good. All right. Sure, don't worry. Joshna, yes, Joshna. You are doing a business and the business in a building and the building is owned by your brother. It's owned by your brother. The point is, you are using that commercially. Although you are not owner, although you are not the owner of the building, but commercially you are benefited from that. So this usage of building should reflect in financial statements. Is it clear? Now, Yushna? Okay, good. Now, so students, let us proceed further. So we have studied a few things: agency relationship. We have studied what is true and fair. Now, next, we have studied what is the role of auditor. The next point is there is a concept of stewardship. What the stewardship is? Stewardship is a relationship in which one party deals with the assets of another party, where one party deals with the assets of another party. This is called stewardship relationship. It's basically the concept derived from agency relation. Agency relationship. Deals with the assets. A party safeguarding, utilizing the assets. So directors are stewards of shareholder assets. Directors are, yeah. And at the end of the year, throughout the year, they utilize the assets of the company, of the shareholders. They have to prepare report. Yes, the report on usage of assets by stewards is called stewardship accounting. Financial statement is stewardship accounting. Director prepare financial statement that how they have utilized how they have used the assets of the company. So this is called stewardship accounting. This is called stewardship accounting. Now, let us proceed further. Let us proceed. The point is, students, the point is the next topic. Is it mandatory for each company to get its financial statement audited for each business? Is it mandatory? Question arises. Is it mandatory The answer is no. Not mandatory for all. Not so, but there is mandatory for some companies. So audit can be statutory audit, and there can be non-statutory audit. Statutory audit and non-statutory audit. What statutory audit is? Statutory audit is that audit of those companies which is required by law. Law requires that these companies should get their financial statements audited. So that is called statutory audit. For example, all listed companies. There are other businesses and they vary from country to country. Some private companies are also required by law to get that audited. Yes. Now, so non-statutory audit, students, sometimes it happens. You can note down this point that the smaller business, partnership, even small companies for which law does not require any audit, they conduct their audit. They conduct their audit of financial statements. Audit of financial statements they conduct. That is called non-statutory audit, where the law does not require audit of financial statements, but still companies are getting their financial statements audited. Now, so students, example, what are the benefits of non-statutory audits? I mean, law is not requiring you to get audits, but still you are getting that. What are the benefits? The question is, students, number one, stakeholder confidence is increased. Confidence in company operations is increased. Yes, because you are getting audited voluntarily. So stakeholders' confidence is increased in your operations. Accounts are more acceptable to tax authorities. Tax authorities, they are more acceptable. Next, student, if it is a partnership and each partner does not have the knowledge of accounts, yes, So it helps in settling accounts among partners of the business. Yes, it helps in that. And students, for example, you have to negotiate a loan from the bank, or you have to sell the business. If you are getting audit, more likely you are getting loan because banks trust that audit, or you can sell the business at good price. So helps in negotiation of loan or sale of business. Enough. You can write number of more as well. So then, I hope it is clear. Now, the next topic we have to start, that is assurance engagement. But my habit is taking short breaks to refresh everyone. Okay, so we will take a 7 minute short break. Stay here means that just pause it and you can have 7 minutes break. And after 7 minutes break, we will back and we will continue with the next topic, assurance. See you in 7 minutes. Yes, students, now. A student is asking me that they are unable to download the course plan. Okay, um, let me check it. Okay, means that it should be allowed. You should be allowed to download it. Just a minute. Let me open the course plan. Okay, just a minute, please. Now, I've just dropped the message. I hope they will fix it by today itself. Okay, then you can download it. So students, all of you are back. Tell me. Okay, now, so students, the concept of assurance engagement. The concept of assurance engagement. What is that? Now, I will discuss it from a story by using a story. Students, for example, there is a person, Mr. A, in Mauritius. Then there is a person, Mr. B. For example, this is me here I am, Mr. Hamza. I have to do a business dealing with Mr. A. And in doing that business dealing, I make a contract with Mr. A. For example, the business dealing is for 20 million, a huge amount. For example, but I don't know Mr. A too much. I asked one of my students, Nabiha. I said, Nabiha, you are from Mauritius. Dear, can you get me some information about Mr. A, his credibility, his honesty, how that person is? Is that person reliable or not? So Nabiha goes get information. You know that Nabiha goes get information about that person. For example, gets information from 5 sources and comes to me. Nabiha says, I didn't find anything bad about Mr. A. This is what Nabiha says to me. I say, dear, the point is, the matter is not that simple. The matter is not that simple. Can you please get more information? Because it is a matter of very importance for me. Now she goes and get information from, for example, now total 12 sources and says, Mr. Hamza, listen, Mr. A is a credible person, honest person. Now my question from you is, this is the case one, for example, when she got information from 5%, and this is the case two. Now my question from you is, what is the difference between the both? Outcome, this statement and the other statement. What is the difference? Can you please tell me? Is there any difference? First question is there any difference? Mr. A is a credible person. And the second is, I didn't find anything bad about Mr. A. Tell me, is there any difference? Okay, one answer. Nabia said no. Anyone else, please? Is there any difference? I need more answers to know what do you think. Don't tell me such technical words. Just tell me, is there any difference? Exactly. I have received a statement from a student in the direct message, private message. The word credible is more powerful to the first claim. Yes. The word credible, it is giving more confidence. More confidence. High, what is confidence? It is a high level assurance. Now, more confidence, high level of assurance. And here, less confidence, low level of assurance. Now the point is, why there is more confidence? Why there is more confidence and why there is lesser confidence? Low level of assurance. Assurance means confidence. The answer is quite clear that here they have performed more work performed, more amount of work or a high level of work performed. Performance. And here less amount of work or low level of work performance. And you see here, only work is same nature. If I write here, what is the difference? That the nature of work is same, only extent which is also called amount. Of work is different. Extent, amount of work is different. That's why level of assurance is different. Now, next point. Students, and you see here, I didn't find anything bad. I didn't. Negative words are being used to tell the results. Here, positive words. So here, the report wording is negative. Report wording. Wording. Here, report wording or style is positive. Report style is positive. Yes. Next. Report wording is negative and report wording is negative, positive. So then, this high level assurance, this is called, if I say from here, this is called, the heading is reasonable assurance. This is called reasonable assurance. And this is called limited assurance. Yes. Reasonable assurance and limited assurance. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Students, reasonable assurance. Such assurance is given by auditor in external audit. Yes, which is also called some statutory audit. And the wording is like that. Wording of report, audit report. In our opinion, financial statement gives true and fair view of company affairs. This is the wording of audit report. And this is given in such type of assurance is given by auditor in review engagement. For example, review of cash flow forecast, interim financial statement. And here, the wording of report is like that. Nothing has come to our attention that causes us to believe that financial statement does not give true and fair view of company affairs. You see, negative wording and positive wording, reasonable assurance and limited assurance. Then what is the difference? What is review engagement? You must be thinking. Where nature of the work is same. I will write the definition of review engagement. Is an assurance engagement in which auditor performs the work of audit nature audit nature, but which does not constitute an audit. It is an assurance engagement in which the work of audit nature is performed. The similar work which is performed during audits. But the extent of work is less. Amount of work is less. That's why it is called review. If you increase the amount of work, it will become audit. Now, so students, tell me the concept of limited assurance, reasonable assurance, review engagement. Any question you want to ask, please. Otherwise, tell it is clear or not. Waiting response from you. No, not always. Yes, audit is reasonable assurance. Yes, you can say yes. Good, good. Now the point is, you must be thinking, what is assurance? For the time being, I told you assurance is confidence. Yes, this is the purpose, but there is a proper definition of assurance as well. We will talk about that. If there is any confusion, ask. Don't stay quiet. Please speak. I'll appreciate. So what is the concept of assurance engagement? This term. Yes. What is assurance? Students, I'll explain. Don't you worry. A student has asked, could you please re-explain reviewing game? Of course. Listen, another example. What is difference between crash course and full course? Full course, detailed knowledge. Everything in detail is studied. Crash course only revision, a few things. Course is same, teacher is same, topics are same, but an overview. In the review engagement, work is same, but amount is less. Got that? And on audit, detailed work. Review engagement, less work. Audit engagement, more work. If you increase work, it becomes audits. Sumaya, is it clear? Just try to visualize difference between crash course and full course. Okay, the similar applies here. Work is same nature, but extent is different. That's why it is called review engagement, and that is called audit. So assurance engagement. Student, just see here. Just give me 1 minute. Actually, my iPad, when I opened this morning, it started an update. Actually, it was required. I will more appropriately be able to explain it on iPad. Just a minute. Let me try to connect it. Just 1 minute, please. Yeah, finally got connected on iPad. Good. So I will explain the concept of assurance here. Yes. Students, for example, Mr. A, he wants to purchase a car. He says the car should be for example, that should be a 1300 1002 cc2 1300 cc engine. It should be good fuel efficient car. It should be in good condition. And this is what when a person wants to buy a car, these are the requirements. Normally a person thinks that the price should be around 650,000 rupees. Okay. Now, but Mr. A is not expert in checking cars. Technically, Mr. A goes to a company car, a car company. The name is, for example, car.mu. Goes to them and asks them, I need a car. Okay, they say, okay, find the supplier. We will find as well. There is a Mr. B who wants to sell his car. He has a Honda Fit 2018 model. Yes. Now, Mr. A asked Mr. Car.mu that I have found a person who is selling his car, but I cannot assess car. It is accidented or condition of the engine. You know that. Can you please check it? I'll pay you. So car.mu say, okay, sure. So this is the actual car. Car.mu, what do? They match this car against the criteria. And the price he is demanding 670,000. It is almost the same. Who is checking the car? Car.mu. They are expert in their work. They're expert in their work. They check car, different aspects, and obtain evidence that the car is in good condition. Yes. And they're meeting the criteria. Who obtain evidence? Experts. And then they report to Mr. A that the car we checked, it is good. Now, what is the benefit of this report? Tell me. Mr. A, his confidence will enhance regarding this car, and he can make a decision based on that. Now listen. Students, I'm going to link it with assurance. So his confidence enhanced. Because of this report, his confidence enhanced. This report is assurance report. Now, just see here. There are 3 parties involved. Expert, Mr. B, who has to provide car. He is a responsible party to provide car. Third, intended user who has to use car, use report and then hence car to make a decision. So there are three parties involved. One is practitioner, expert. Then there is a responsible party. Sorry. Responsible party. This car is actual car is called subject matter. It is called subject matter, yes. And there is a third party which is called intended user. Intended user. Three parties. Now, there is a subject matter. There is a subject matter here, which is evaluated against a criteria. It is evaluated against criteria by practitioner. Practitioner obtains evidence. Practitioner obtains evidence and then the final practitioner reports to intended user. You see here, report is there. Students, three-party relationship. One is practitioner, responsible party, intended user. This is called CREST, mnemonic. C for criteria, R for report, E for evidence, S and T. CREST. This is called assurance engagement. Relationship of assurance engagement. And because of this report, Mr. A will decide whether to buy this car or not. Because this report will help him to determine, make a decision, will enhance his confidence. Now, I am going to link it with audit. In the audits, what happens? Auditor is a practitioner, expert. Directors are responsible parties. They provide financial statement, subject matter. An auditor evaluates financial statement against IFRS and laws and regulations. Auditor obtain evidence whether financial statement has been prepared as per that criteria. Auditor reports to shareholder, intended user. Now I have linked it with audit as well. So these are 5 elements of assurance engagement. Yes. Is it clear? The concept of assurance is clear? Tell me. Is it clear? Good. Now, I will dictate the definition of assurance engagement. Note down. Note down the definition of assurance engagement. An assurance engagement is assurance audit is an example of assurance. Just like dentist, gastroenterologist are one of the doctors. Doctor, medical profession is big profession. In that you find doctor, nurses, different type of doctors. Similar, assurance engagement is a big concept. Audit is reasonable assurance, one of type of assurance engagement. Got that? Got that? Tell me. Is it clear? Yes. Good. So I repeat. An assurance engagement is a 3-party relationship. An assurance engagement is a 3-party relationship in which a practitioner expresses his opinion on a subject matter provided by a responsible party. Comma, based on evidence obtained based on evidence obtained during his work. During his work. Comma, against a relevant criteria. Against a relevant criteria. Again, comma. In order to enhance the confidence of intended user. In order to enhance the confidence of intended user. Read this definition. If there is any confusion, ask me, please. Read this definition. If there is any confusion, do ask. Is it clear? To tell me, please. So students, I hope it is clear to you people. If there is no question, so just see here, you were saying, yes, this is our website opening in front of you people. Is opening in front of you people, and you can simply see Audit and Assurance Batch A. Here it is. Simply click it. Curriculum. Here it is. The course plan. You can download now. It has been fixed. Okay. You can download it. Just click it. Yes, here it is. Yes. Here is the lecture plan. I have exported it here. Yeah, so this was the 2 days session in front of you. Introduction done, and then paper pattern, assurance engagement, almost done. Almost done. Assurance engagement. Okay, so we will get back to the same. These are the notes. Everything is here. Assurance engagement elements, their definitions are given. Absolute and reasonable assurance. Now, students, the next point is services type of by audit firms. Audit firms, the services they offer, they sell, they can be categorized into two types easily. One is called assurance services. The other is called non-assurance services. Assurance services we have already talked about. Assurance engagement, reasonable assurance, and limited assurance. We have already talked about the both. Yeah. There is another type of assurance as well. That is called absolute assurance. Absolute assurance is called 100% assurance. It is also called guarantee. And students, auditor cannot give any guarantee. Guarantee cannot be given. The whole year work, auditor cannot give. The point is, auditor can't give absolute assurance. Why? On financial statements. Because we can note down, sample-based testing is done by auditors. The one thing, sample-based testing. Auditor cannot test everything. And audit involves so many judgments. So many judgments are involved. So when judgment is involved, margin of error is there. There is no guarantee. Now, next point. Non-assurance service. What is it? Non-assurance service is that service where auditor is not giving any confidence to anyone. Here confidence enhancement is there. Assurance is confidence enhancement. No confidence enhancement. No confidence enhancement of anyone. There are two types. One is called compilation engagement. The other is called agreed upon procedure. This is the last thing today. First lecture, you don't have notes as well, I know. These notes will be available in the next 2 days on the portal again. Same place, means where you find lectures, plan, below that, it will be uploaded. Compilation engagement. What is compilation engagement? Compilation engagement is compiling, arranging data. For example, management asks auditor that can you prepare a cost card of inventory, or can you prepare financial statement of company? Can you prepare? Preparation of. So this is called compilation of data. No assurance on anything. Just preparing the data, maybe financial or non-financial. Now, no assurance. Agreed upon procedure. They are basically fact finding engagements. Company say auditor, for example, fraud investigation. Company say fraud has occurred. Can you investigate who has done the fraud? Who has done the fraud? Who was involved? How much amount of loss was there? You know, facts finding. So auditor prepares the report and give to the management. No, management or someone else, or maybe authorities, they have to draw their own conclusion. That is called agreed upon procedure. Now, students, it is almost done. Today's lecture is done. Today's lecture is a bit short. And in the first concept of assurance engagement, the topic is almost done. Only one small topic is remaining, limitation of audits. And I will be discussing that with you in the start of next class. So here is your lecture plan you people have seen. So in the next class, I will start with the limitation of audit. Limitation of audit. And then I will proceed with the regulatory and these topics. And the next lecture is of utmost importance. Very important. Okay, because I will be discussing these things over there. So don't miss next class. And those who have not enrolled yet, some people are today for trial class. Please note down this number, WhatsApp number 91, yes, and drop a text over there and get enrolled before next class. Okay. So students, any question from your side? This is the WhatsApp number where you can drop a text and get enrollment form. Yes, and fee details as well. It's okay, student. It's all right. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Okay. So in the next class, we will meet with the full-fledged class it will be. Okay. God bless you. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye. Have a great weekend.